one demonstration of yoga. Allow me to complete a few formalities. To begin with, we'll start with a riveting dance performance by Kumari Mahati Kakanan and Mom Suja. Please welcome them to stage.
It's been, but he is the person responsible for this event, putting it together. I'd like to invite Prince Ram Lakshman Mabeka Zulu, President of the Shivananda World Peace Foundation and organizer of today's event, for his message.
Om Shri Sadguru Bhagwan Shivanandaya Namah. Om Shri Sadguru Bhagwan Shivanandaya Namah. Om Shri Sadguru Bhagwan Shivanandaya Namah. My humble salutations and prostrations at the feet of my beloved Guru, Sri Swami Shivananda and Sri Swami Sahajananda. Today, I greet you all in the name of God Almighty. Sanbonani naam ke Ninjani si Jabla Namsanje Mubarak Namsanje. As you can see, so many of you are here today. It shows the commitment of wellness in South Africa. His Holiness Sri Swami Ishwaramayananda from the Sivananda School of Yoga in Johannesburg, Her Holiness Swami Karunananda, also from the Sivananda School of Yoga, His Holiness Sri Swami Vedananda Ji Maharaj in the South African Sannyas Council, His Excellency Inkosi yakwa Buthelezi Ndabezitha Sondiya Kungashe and Mama Cheng. The Honorable MEC for Arts, Culture and Sports, Gabisa, Honorable Kaula, His Excellency the Premier of KwaZulu-Natal, Mr. Thami Nduli Pemba, Delegate from Greece, the former Deputy Minister of Health in the Republic of South Africa, Sibongiseni Dhlomo, Jinang, the former member of NCOP, Mr. Omi Singh, the former member of NCOP, Mr. Brandon Pillay, religious leaders, respected elders and children, I greet you once again as I stand before you when we come together to celebrate and to commemorate the 10th International Yoga Day. A very big hand to all of you that have come here all these years to celebrate this day. I am very delighted that we can be able to demonstrate yoga on a large scale to benefit various communities. Yoga is a source of inspiration that binds a nation. It teaches us to remain calm through turbulent times. When this idea came about, we felt it important to take yoga through to communities and in deep rural areas as the Sivananda World Peace Foundation. We will continue to promote social cohesion in all communities. It's so befitting that yoga gives us an opportunity for us as a nation to unite by creating oneness and peace. Today, we pay special tribute to the late Prince Mangosuthu Buthelezi, who for the past 9 years attended the International Yoga Day. His support for the past 9 years towards the International Yoga Day and yoga activities across the country was remarkable, despite being the age of 95 last year and attended at this very event. May his soul rest in eternal peace. Today we are fortunate to have Inkosi Yakwa Buthelezi, Inkosi Zusifa Buthelezi, and Indunkulu here with us, carrying forward that baton to continue the legacy of Mundwana, to tell the Zulu nation that yoga is required amongst each individual. Today we pay special tribute to the Prime Minister of the Republic of India, Shri Narendra Modi, for having the vision to declare this day as an international day. At the initiative of the Honorable Prime Minister of India, a resolution to establish the 21st of June as the International Day of Yoga was approved. In its resolution, the United Nations General Assembly recognized that yoga provided a holistic approach to health and well-being and a wider dissemination of information on the benefits of practicing yoga should be given for overall health of the world population. In his address at the United General Assembly, Honorable Prime Minister of India, Shri Narendra Modi said, yoga is an invaluable gift of India's ancient tradition. It embodies unity of mind and body, thought and action, restraint and fulfillment, harmony between man and nature, a holistic approach to health and well-being. By changing our lifestyle and creating consciousness, yoga can help us also to deal with climate change, as you would see how we have 4 seasons just in the morning. And on that note, I want to also thank the former Minister of Health, for supporting us all these years as the Deputy Minister of Health in the Republic of South Africa, to continue serving the people of South Africa through various health institutions, taking yoga to clinics, to hospitals. The Shivananda World Peace Foundation has been promoting various online and physical programs in rural schools, communities as far as South Coast, Howick, Zululand, and at various religious institutions. As we celebrate this day, we strongly emphasize that we all should live in harmony and in peace. Yoga is a medium in which we can achieve social cohesion, peace, and harmony. Remember, KwaZulu-Natal had many challenges, especially when it comes to racism and social cohesion. We want to partner with the office and thank the office for supporting us all these years to enable us also to promote schools programs. We've seen last year 2 schools where we've been having yoga programs. They were 100% pass rate, and one of the schools is here today. Anyway, high school. In 2023, we launched this mobile yoga trailer with our dedicated yoga volunteers and experts, taking this yoga trailer throughout the province of KwaZulu-Natal, just to ensure that yoga benefits all free of charge as a service to humanity and worship to God. Let this be a great opening for the world community to realize the word of oneness, and then there is no feud, no disagreements, and no disparity. Men of every creed and color will live as one. The world will become one. We wish all the participants and members of the community to join forces with us. Anyone who wants to get involved in your areas to promote yoga, please feel free to contact our yoga experts here and contact us so that we could come out and serve the communities. I also want to thank all our yoga teachers that have volunteered over the past year, taking yoga to communities. Give them a big hand. Lastly, I want to say that I'm so happy today that you all have come to celebrate this auspicious day. We are because you are. We are part of each other. When we uplift the spirit of Ubuntu, let us, wherever we are, whatever we do, let us make others happy. When we make others happy, automatically our own happiness comes from the Almighty. And today we all are here. Let us live this day and promote peace around us. Let us create a beautiful province of KwaZulu-Natal, a peaceful one, and one that we can proudly say that we are a rainbow nation. We all belong to this nation, to the beloved South Africa, and let us build this nation going forward. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Beautiful words there. I'd now like to call upon Councillor Sizwe Mtetwa, representing the Mayor of eThekwini, to say a few words. Please give him a warm welcome.
Thanks very much, Program Director. My name is Councillor Sizwe Mtetwa from eThekwini Municipality, representing Mayor Kaunda, Program Director, Sivananda World Peace Foundation, members of government, siyabona sinaye ubaba Odid, siyabona sinaye ubaba Udlomo, Babu Kaula, nabanye abaningi. The business community, professional, distinguished guests, colleagues and friends, ladies and gentlemen, all observed. It gives me pleasure to welcome you all to our beautiful city of Durban on this important occasion to celebrate International Yoga Day. We would like to thank the organizers of this event, Sivananda World Peace Community Development Foundation, for inviting us and for continuing to choose Durban as a host of this event. It is important for us to indicate that yoga transcends borders, cultures, and centuries of wisdom. While its origin can be traced in the spiritual heat of India, it has evolved and global phenomenon embraced by millions worldwide. Its profound impact on physical health, mental well-being, and spiritual growth resonates across diverse communities, making it more relevant today than ever before. The origins of yoga can be traced back over 5,000 years ago in the Indus Sarasvati civilization of northern India. Initially developed as a means to unite the mind, body, and spirit, yoga was deeply intertwined with the spiritual and philosophical teachings of ancient India. Over millennia, it has been nurtured and enriched by sages, scholars, and practitioners who passed down its timeless principles through oral tradition and eventually written text. Today, International Yoga Day, established by United Nations General Assembly in 2015, symbolizes the universal appeal to yoga and its potential to foster harmony and peace. This is the day when people around the world come together to participate in yoga sessions, workshops, and discussions aimed at promoting healthier lifestyle and greater self-awareness. It is important to note that yoga benefits extend far beyond the physical realm. Scientific research continues to validate its positive effects on stress reduction, cardiovascular health, flexibility, and mental clarity. In the municipality, where we cherish our outdoor spaces and embrace an active lifestyle, these benefits are particularly pronounced. Our parks, beaches, recreational facilities serve as more than just venues for exercises. They are communal spaces where families gather, friends connect, and strangers become neighbors. They are places where children learn the joy of movement, where seniors maintain vitality, and where everyone, regardless of background or ability, can participate in activities that promote health and happiness. Moreover, physical activity is closely intertwined with the economic and social fabric of our municipality. It supports tourism by showcasing our natural beauty and vibrant culture. As we look ahead, it's essential that we continue to prioritize initiatives that promotes physical activities across eThekwini municipality. This includes investing in accessible and well-maintained recreational facilities, promoting active transportation options such as cycling and walking, and supporting community-based programs that encourage participation in sports and fitness activities. As we commemorate International Yoga Day, let us honor the wisdom of the ancient sages and embrace the opportunity to integrate yoga into our daily lives. Whether practiced individually or in community, yoga invites us to embark on a journey of self-discovery and holistic well-being. Let us celebrate this day with gratitude for the gift of yoga and the commitment to spreading its transformative power to all corners of the globe. I thank you.
Thank you so much, Councillor Mthethwa. I would now like to invite His Holiness Sri Swami Ishwaramayananda for his message on this special occasion. Thank you. Yes, please give him a warm welcome.
Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Deva, Guru Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurudeva Namaha. Jnana Moolam Guru Murti, Pujam Moolam Guru Padam, Moolam Guru Vakyam, Moksha Moolam Guru Bhuta, Moksha Moolam Shivananda. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Saha Viryam Karavavahe Tejasvinavaditamastu Ma Vidvishavahe. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Revered officials of the South African government, dignitaries, community leaders, and all those engaged in service. It is a delight, as well as a privilege, to place these few flowers at the feet of my Param Guru Sri Swami Shivanandaji Maharaj. Before I came, my spiritual colleague, Swami Gurindananda Mataji, expressed the opinion that I should not be allowed to get hold of a microphone because once I got hold of it, you wouldn't be able to get it away from me. But I promise not to talk for too long. I have quite a lot to say, but I'll say very quickly. The ancient path of yoga has origins which cannot be traced. They go so far back beyond history. The ancient rishis, that is the seer sages, evolved this spiritual practice, and it is a spiritual practice, although it has such a physical element. And the practice of yoga was summarized under 8 broad headings by the Rishi Patanjali. Those 8 broad headings are Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama, Pratyahara, Dharana, Dhyana, and Samadhi. Yama, Niyama, restraints and observances, which could be called the 10 commandments of yoga. Yama, Niyama, then Asana, which means seat. Originally, the seat to be adopted for spiritual practices, but then it was discovered that a certain system of asana, as we know it now, meaning this variety of postures, combined with Bandha, Kriya, Mudra. Bandha, locks or restraints, whereby we may redirect energy flows in our bodies. Kriya, cleansing processes. And Mudra, energy directing gestures, could be added into what we know today as asana to produce what is called hatha. And hatha will play a large part in our proceedings today. Yama Niyama Asana. The purpose of these observances and practices is to produce pranayama, a highly efficient flow of energy within the constitution, to improve the energy flow in the constitutions of those in whom it might not yet be so efficient, whether through diet or lifestyle or whatever. Yama Niyama Asana Pranayama. We won't go into the inner yoga today, but I will simply say that these are preparatory to Pratyahara, Dharana, Dhyana. Abstraction of the awareness being somewhat inner. Dharana, focus of the attention. Dhyana, merging of the awareness with the object of focus, and then leading to samadhi, a state of deep stillness in which it is possible to have an experience in cosmic consciousness which leads to God realization, or the realization of what the true self is in relation to the infinite. To see so many take to this path and this exalted philosophy, to this mystical path within the religion of Sanatana Dharma, warms the heart of those who have already taken to it like myself, because we know through experience its benefits. And so I congratulate Ishvara Lakshman Mabeka and his wonderful team for all that they have done for us today, all that they have been doing, all that they will continue to do. May they go from strength to strength in service, and so may all of you. Hari Om Tat Sat.
Thank you so much. Next, we'd like to hear from the MEC for Arts, Culture and Sport, Honorable Muntumuhle Kaula. Please welcome the MEC. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Program Director, my brother Ishwa, the Honorable Premier of the Province of KwaZulu-Natal, Honorable 18 November, the Prince of Opinion, Nkosi Ababuthelezi Shenge Nandlonkulu, Honorable Zomo, Honorable Om Singh, all the Somekis, the representative of the Mayor of eThekwini, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to maybe channel protocol accordingly and say the Honorable Premier today is here, representing all of us in government, and therefore the Honorable Premier will say everything that we as departments will have said. I don't know if there was anything in between, because if there is nothing, I would like to take this opportunity on behalf of all of us to welcome the Honorable Premier on the podium so that he can talk to us. The Honorable Premier is a man of wisdom. He has been a leader in different levels of government. I would like to leave it at that. Honorable Premier, please do talk on our behalf of government. Thank you very much.
Seems like all our dignitaries are very tall. All right, our next speaker, please welcome the Honorable Sibongo Seni Glomo, former Deputy Minister of Health, to say a few words. A big round of applause, please.
Thank you very much, Program Director. To Ishwa Umabega, the name given to him by our late King, and therefore also paying tribute to our late King for giving Umabega this inspiring name. Our Honorable Premier Pemba, and congratulations meeting you for the first time in the public space after this very important task of leading all of us. We might be out of the province, but when we come here, we know where we are led in the government of course. That's Ngakulu, Ghana, Prince Buthelezi Nkosi, also a member of Parliament in Cape Town, where we are together doing this work. Kapisa, our MEC, a brand new MEC, congratulations, Kapisa. You were very correct that when the Premier is around, not too many of us will speak and have a lot of words. All I can say is that for being here is in keeping, and I'm glad Prince Buthelezi is here. He's going to continue the legacy and getting people, sports persons. People who are involved in sport will necessarily have a healthy lifestyle and therefore decrease the budget for hospitals and clinic admission. So we would wish that maybe Honorable Premier, there must be a very close relationship between sports, arts and culture and health within your leadership, and make sure that they are working very closely because they can feed each other on this process. Lastly, I made history last year. I actually celebrated International Yoga Day in 2 countries. You'll recall that I was here with you in the morning, and on Sunday when I left, I was going to India. And we also celebrated the day before because it was going to be the middle of the week. So when I was in India, and I looked at the program of the hotel where I was staying, they were going to have a yoga event around 8 o'clock. So I woke up and I was jogging, as I normally do, by the way. Pack your running shoes wherever you go. There will always be a piece of land to run at whichever country. So when I was running in India, there were hundreds and thousands of people like this in all the parks in India. And thank you very much to Prime Minister Modi for doing this, because he elevated this day to be an International Yoga Day in the whole world. So in India, when you go there, you really will be surprised to see every community, every village, everybody walking out, and they're all in the streets sitting like we are doing. So what we are doing, I am glad, Ishwa Mabega, because you are actually having 2 flags, South African and Indian flag, to say we are thankful to the government of India for bringing this matter up, and we are really grateful to you. And I'm glad that you brought the Premier to this level so that we all can learn and take this stride forward. Thank you very much. Please enjoy International Yoga Day.
Thank you for those lovely words. I'll now call upon His Excellency Nkosi Yakwa Buthelezi, Nkosi Zuzifa Buthelezi, Sondia Pungashe Shenge Sokalisa. Please give him a warm welcome.
Thank you, Director of Programs. Namaste. I would like to welcome and to salute first and foremost our esteemed brand new Premier, Mpemba Godide, and also greet your colleague, the MEC Kaula Dinangwe, having just left the podium, and also greet the Swami and his esteemed colleagues sitting here behind us. And also, of course, our host, Mntwana Umabheka, who's also really is responsible for all of us being here today. I just want to say to you, and of course, I would like to, before I'm in trouble, welcome my wife who's accompanied me here, and thank you for having come along for this very special moment here. I think that when Mabheka asked us to come and join this morning, for a moment, my wife and I were just wondering why we're invited. But of course, we soon realized that this was a very important moment for us to embrace, to pay tribute together with you yogis here to my father, who was for 9 years, as has been mentioned already, a very enthusiastic participant in this. You know, when I looked at him and this occasion, I always, because I'm a very keen golfer, but then someone said to me, you know, if we were as good as we are keen in golf, we'd be very good golfers. So my father was so keen as a yogi, but the most important thing is the difference it brought to him. This is a space that he loved very much. But maybe a good place to start is to, on his behalf and on behalf of the whole of our family, to thank particularly the people who were instrumental in to him joining this space. In particular, Mabheka, we want to thank you very much for having exposed our father, Mntwana Wapindangene, to yoga. Because you helped to trigger and deepen his spiritual journey, a journey which must have started many years before by his deep friendship with Swami Sivananda. This friendship was cemented when they collaborated to build 6,000 classrooms in KwaZulu-Natal during a very, very difficult time when education was a challenge. Well, as I've just said, as most of you would know, my father was a fan, a very big fan of this day, and a very enthusiastic participant all of 9 years. He said, when we tried to understand why he was so interested in this, he said it helped him tremendously in balancing numerous heavy roles at the ripe age of 95, because as a lot of us know, right up to 95 years, he was still a very active MP in Parliament, which we always wondered how he did it. As we know, yoga promotes an overall well-being, both physical and spiritual as well as emotional. The biggest significance, of course, the one thing that impacted my father was just the mention of world peace, which at this juncture, I would like really for all of us to salute the World Peace Foundation, because we are here due to them being here. I really would like us to give a round of applause. And I think this initiative this morning, dear friends and fellow yogis, could not have come at a better place, at a better time than when South Africa is trying to navigate this very new, open this new chapter of the government of national unity. Because of the spirit of oneness, if you look at all of us here, there's one thing that is binding all of us together, and we feel as one, and we feel already, I was saying to my wife, as if we've been here before. So I think that there's a very important role which is played by that. But maybe as I think that everyone is enthusiastic to get going with what you've come for here. Really, mine was really to come and thank you and thank this opportunity to come here after my father was here the last time for all those years. And I just hope that Mapela will be able to crack invites in the future. If we do, we definitely will take part in this very special day. But lastly, friends and yogis, I just want to very lastly to urge all of us that in the midst of all the enjoyment that we are having today, of which you'll feel very pleased at the end of the day, please let it not be a one-day wonder. Let us please strive to make this inculcate it into our lives every day. This is what I'm committing in front of you and my wife, that I'm going to try really seriously to get involved every day. But once again, thank you. May you all enjoy this beautiful day. And I'm sure my father is enjoying it from somewhere. Namaste.
Beautiful words. Thank you so much. Ladies and gents, it gives me great pleasure to invite our new Premier, His Excellency, the Honorable Premier of KwaZulu-Natal Provincial Government, Mr. Tami Ntuli Mpemba Ndlela Kasompisi. Please give him a very, very warm welcome.
Thank you very much, Program Director Chastra, for the opportunity. I wish to start by extending my greetings to Inkosi, the Prince of Wapindangene, Inkosi Sizwe Sakathelezi, who's the member of the National Parliament. The Honorable MEC of Sports, Arts and Culture, Honorable Kaula, the Member of National Parliament, Dr. Jomo Kabela Dinangwe, Mapega, Ishwa, who has invited us today. Swami Mayananda, if I'm pronouncing it correctly, and she's Swami Vedananda, Mr. Singh, who's the former member of the NCOP, Mr. Brandon Pillay, who's also a former member of the NCOP, Councillor Sizwe Mthethwa, who's representing eThekwini municipality, Indlunkulu yakwaPhindangene, participants to this important day, men and women of our province and our country, members of the media present today, South African Police Services who are here, and those who are accompanying our leaders. Namaste to one and all. This year marks the 10th International Day of Yoga with the theme Yoga for Self and Society. Yoga, a transformative practice, represents the harmony of mind and body, the balance between thought and action, and the unity of restraint and fulfillment. This is the 10th successive year that the International Day of Yoga has been hosted since it was declared by the United Nations General Assembly as a global celebration. It is therefore being commemorated all over the world as the previous speakers have actually said on this date. On behalf of the KwaZulu-Natal government, provincial government, it gives me immense pleasure and pride, Mabheka, to participate in this annual commemoration of the practice of yoga. In fact, when I received the invitation, I said, though I'm just joining the office, there are so many things that one has to put together in order to fix our province on the challenges that our people are always complaining about. There are a lot of dialogues that are taking place with our honorable MECs. Hence, I said, I expect them after appointment to hit the ground running. And the evidence that the new members of the Executive Council or the Cabinet of KwaZulu-Natal took that call with humility. You see, the MEC for Kokta has already started to do that. He is here today, and not only here today, but also have another engagement on a journey to ensure that as the MEC of our province, he reignites hope to the people of KwaZulu-Natal, which is quite very important for the prosperous future of the province, especially on behalf of our children. Because what we do it not for today, but what we want to do it for even the future of our children, so that they will live in a province that is full of hope, a province that is full of prosperity. It is our faith and hope that this milestone event will become a tourism attraction, Mabheka, on the KZN events calendar, attracting enthusiasts from all religion and cultures. This Vananda World Peace Foundation, through its founder, Prince Ishwa Ramlashman Mabheka Zulu, has been promoting yoga for humanity over the past decades. And the province has partnered with the foundation to inculcate the knowledge of yoga to thousands of learners in participating schools. A well-respected philanthropist, Prince Ishwa Mabheka Zulu, has consistently raised the bar on this iconic event over the past decades. The health benefits of yoga cannot be overemphasized, as it provides both mental and physical benefits as it practiced across the globe. In fact, Dinangwe, I received warmly your call that each and every time when we travel, must have the sneakers, so that whenever we had an opportunity, we were able to join in exercise. The practice of yoga encourages one to attain mental and physical balance, to gain peace and stability through regular practice, to connect better with yourself and improve body flexibility and your sleep patterns. Yoga promotes spiritual discipline to bring harmony between mind and body. It is a science and an art of health and sound living. The word yoga is derived from the Sanskrit word yud, signifying to join or to combine or to unite. On behalf of the KwaZulu-Natal government, I pledge our support to the continued practice of yoga in our province. The former Prime Minister of the Zulu Nation, His Excellency Prince Mangosuthu Buthelezi, who sadly passed away in September last year. Like previous speakers have mentioned, has attended International Yoga Day since its inception. And it is a bittersweet moment to reflect that he was here to participate in the 9th anniversary event in 2023. It was his express wish that yoga will become part of school learning. He was a very strong enthusiast of yoga and said that it should be entrenched in our nation through introducing it in our schools. And we will support that wish. In his own words, I quote, he said, "This is part of the intervention we so urgently need to change our people's lifestyle and address the extremely high level of stress that have become normal for us all. We need to disconnect from the frenetic pace, set aside the endless distractions, and focus on bringing our inner world back into balance." Close quote. This province of KwaZulu-Natal and the world itself was thrust into panic and chaos when a COVID pandemic hits us in 2020 to 2021. Just the simple act of breathing was a privilege that many of us did not take for granted during those times. Deep breathing techniques, which are the cornerstone of the yoga practice, bring mental and physical well-being, as well as a calming effect to mind, body, and soul, and promotes deep meditation and positive mindsets. Our country has also recently emerged from a deeply contested period of elections, which have brought us to a space where unity, positivity, and harmony is required to bring about cohesion and cooperation. We look forward to a phase of reconciliation as we respect and listen to one another in the hope of promoting consensus and agreement for the coming 5 years. This is what we need as a province to ensure that we meet the needs of the people that we serve, to ensure that we have a province that is peaceful, a province that has enhanced security. That is why I decided to take the Department of Community Safety and Liaison to the Office of the Premier, because I want to lead at the forefront in combating crime in our province, so that each and everyone who's walking in the street of eThekwini, walking in the street of KwaZulu-Natal, wherever, will feel safer. We are prepared to fight crime in this province at all costs. We understand that when we achieve that, our children will feel safer, will grow in a safe environment, and our province will have stability. Investors will flow into this province, and opportunities will open for everyone in our province. That is a journey which today in the morning I wish to invite all of you to partner with us, to walk with us this very important journey of ensuring that we inspire new hope to the future of our children, because it's all about our children. What we do as elders, we are not doing it for ourselves only, but we are doing it at least for our children. And we dare not fail to do better for this province. As we explore the many facets of this new and exciting time in our democracy, it is indeed heartening to see community leaders from all spheres, including political, government, academic, social, and cultural sectors, all come together to engage in the practice of yoga. May this International Yoga Day bring peace and harmony to everyone's life, fostering a deep connection with our inner selves and the world around us. Peace to you all. Namaste.
We are thankful to all our distinguished dignitaries for their very kind words. We will now begin with the yoga session. I'll hand over to our yoga instructors and team. Ladies and gentlemen, please enjoy, and I'll talk to you after the yoga.